Have you ever trusted someone completely, only to have your heart broken? What if your biggest strength became your greatest weakness? Today, we're retelling one of the Bible's most dramatic and unforgettable stories. It's got love, power, betrayal, and a twist ending you won't see coming. This is the story of Samson and Delilah. Long ago, in the sleepy little town of Zora, nestled in the hills of ancient Israel, a land ruled by the Philistine, there lived a humble couple named Manoah and his wife. They were kind, faithful, but their hearts carried sorrow. They had no children. They had prayed and waited for years. Then one quiet day, something incredible happened. A dazzling light filled their little home, and standing within it, an angel. Not just any angel, but a messenger from God. "You will have a son," the angel said. "He will be set apart from birth, chosen to save Israel from their enemies, the Philistines." And just like that, the impossible became a promise. When Manoah returned, she ran to tell him, her eyes wide with wonder. She shared the angel's words, the promise, the hope, the miracle. Manoah lifted his eyes to heaven and prayed, "O Lord, let the man of God return, and teach us how to raise the child you have promised." And God answered. The angel came again, repeating the promise, and Manoah bowed low, overcome with awe and gratitude.
"Though you have been barren, you will bear a son. Be careful. Do not drink wine or strong drink. Do not eat anything unclean, for the boy shall be set apart to God from the womb. No razor shall touch his head. He will be a Nazirite, dedicated to the Lord. He will begin to save Israel from its oppression. Guard what I have spoken. Raise him in holiness, for this child is not only yours, he is God's calling in flesh and breath."
A miracle child, long prayed for, a promise kept. His mother cradled him close, her heart full of wonder. His father, Manoah, whispered prayers of thanks, knowing this child was no ordinary boy. The boy was named Samson, and he wasn't just strong, he was supernaturally strong. But there was a rule: he was never to cut his hair. It was part of his special vow to God. The child grew, and oh, did he grow. Samson wasn't just strong, he was unstoppable. Samson had grown into a mighty man, strong beyond reason, chosen by God for a purpose. The Philistines, enemies of Israel, trembled at the mention of his name. One day they came for him, 1,000 warriors armed to the teeth. But Samson didn't flinch. With nothing but a donkey's jawbone, he fought. The earth shook under his strength. One by one they fell, until all that remained was silence. Israel was safe. The people praised him. He was a hero. Samson was chosen, a Nazirite from birth, set apart to deliver Israel from the hand of their enemies. But Samson often followed not the voice of God, but the pull of his heart, especially when it came to women. Time and again, he allowed his feelings to lead him into enemy territory, into the arms of those who did not share his faith or honor his calling. In the quiet village of Zora, Samson stood tall, young, bold, and strong, with the fire of destiny already burning inside him. But today, his words would shake more than walls. "I saw a woman in Timnah, a Philistine. I want to marry her," said Samson to his mother. "Samson," she whispered, "can't you find a woman among your own people?" But Samson's mind was made up. What looked like rebellion was part of something much bigger. God had a plan, even in this unexpected love. That evening, the house was quiet. Manoah stood beside his wife, the weight of their son's words still heavy on his heart. He wants to marry a Philistine woman. His voice was low, almost uncertain. They both knew the pain of raising a child under foreign rule. But now, their own son wished to unite with the enemy. Samson's mother looked at him, her eyes filled with sorrow, and something more. Faith. Though confused, she remembered the angel's words, that this child would begin to save Israel. In that quiet room, between two weary parents, a deeper trust began to form. A trust not in their understanding, but in God's unseen plan. From the quiet town of Zora, a family sets out on a journey. Samson, the Chosen One, walks with purpose. His parents, Manoah and his wife, carry hope and concern. They travel to Timnah to seek the hand of a Philistine woman their son desires. But sometimes silence speaks loudest. The birds stop singing. The trees hold their breath. Danger is near. Out of the silence, the danger revealed itself. Not with a whisper, but a roar. From the golden brush, a lion, roaring with fury, lunging to kill, but the Spirit of the Lord rushed upon him, and with nothing in his hands, Samson fought back. No sword, no weapon, just faith and strength in moments. It was done. The mighty lion lay still, and Samson stood victorious. They came bearing gifts and a bold request. "We come in peace," said Manoah. "My son wishes to marry your daughter, Delilah. We bring you gifts and good faith." It was not custom to marry an outsider, but it was not forbidden. And love, sometimes, makes its own rules, said Delilah's father. After a pause, Delilah's father said, "Let it be so. We will prepare a wedding feast." Under the fading sun of Timnah, a warrior and a woman of mystery were bound together. But not all unions are born of peace. Some carry the seeds of storms. At the height of the celebration, Samson stood with a sparkle in his eye and a secret in his heart. The laughter of guests filled the courtyard, unaware that beneath his smile a challenge was forming, one that would stir confusion, pride, and eventually betrayal. But not all laughter at the feast was born of joy. In the shadows of celebration, whispers stirred. The Philistine men, puzzled and uneasy, wrestled with a riddle they could not solve, and a man they could not understand. In the stillness of night, behind high walls and whispered words, the rulers of the Philistines devised a plan to break a man no army could conquer, find the secret to his strength. "And all this will be yours," says the Philistine ruler to Delilah. "You want the truth?" "I want security," said Delilah. It wasn't hatred, but a different kind of hunger that turned her heart. Her smile was warm, her voice like honey. But in her heart, a storm brewed. She loved him, but feared the weight of his strength. The first lie came gently, dressed in laughter. She asked, "If someone wanted to tie you up and make you helpless, how would they do it?" "Fresh bowstrings, never dried," replied Samson. Twice more she asked. Twice more he trusted, and twice more she broke it. Then came Delilah. Samson was smitten. He trusted her, but she had other plans. 3 times, she asked. 3 times, Samson lied. and 3 times she tried to trap him. Samson finally gave in. He told her everything. That night, Delilah cut his hair, and when the Philistines came, Samson was powerless. The Philistines captured him. They blinded him, mocked him, enslaved him. But in that darkness, Samson's heart began to change. But strength, real strength, it isn't only in the muscles. It's in the spirit that refuses to break. At a grand festival, they brought Samson out to make fun of him. But he had one final prayer. "O Lord God, remember me, I pray. Strengthen me, I pray, just this once, O God, that I may with one blow take vengeance on the Philistines for my 2 eyes." He reached not for balance, but for justice. And as the crowd roared, Samson pressed with all his might, and the pillars of pride came crashing down. In the end, Samson fulfilled his mission. He was flawed, but God still used him for a greater purpose. So what can we learn from Samson and Delilah? True strength is more than muscle. It's about wisdom, faith, and obedience. Guard your heart. Not everyone who loves you is loyal. And even when we fall, God can still redeem our story, because in our weakness, His strength is made perfect. Did you enjoy this video presentation? Did it teach you something new or make you think differently? If so, don't forget to like, share, comment with the lesson that stood out to you most, and subscribe for more inspiring content like this. Your support helps us keep creating meaningful stories. Thank you.
I couldn't see, but your love kept reaching me. Hands on pillars, heart in pain. Still you moved and broke my chains. When I fall, you lift me higher. When I'm weak, you never tire. Even chains can't hold me in. Oh my God, my strength comes again. You use the broken, heal the flawed. You write my story with love from God. Use the broken, heal the flawed. You write my story with love from God. When I fall, you lift me higher. When I'm weak, you never tire. Even chains can't hold me in. Oh my God, my strength comes again. Yes, my God, my strength comes again.